Did Rosa think you were an F-boy when you first met? She is a girlfriend. I don't know who my gosh. What I'm gonna do for my birthday. Me and Rosalda live together. Would y'all move to another city? I think we should give a few and then we'll make a whole mukbang about advice. Alright guys, so we are currently on the bed because we're too lazy to go sit anywhere else to do a mukbang. But today's mukbang is sponsored by Gringo's Candy. If you don't know what Gringo's Candy is, it is JR's candy brand. If y'all don't know, JR made a little candy brand. So here's the first package that we're gonna pull out. This is the Skittles. What did you think about JR's candy whenever you first tried it?
Really good candy.
Here are the gushers. I already started eating some. And then these are the nerds. Oh shoot. So here are the nerds. And the box says, "Hola, my friend. Thank you for joining us on our journey. If you love our candy as much as we do, please share some love." He has his little business card and it says, "Hola, amigos. We're glad to be part of your journey. Hope you enjoy, JR and Jordan." And then we got the fruit roll-ups right here. And then the most special thing in this whole entire box is the Gummy Bears. Therefore, these are new and hopefully they taste good. Let's open them real quick. I think they're stuck to the top. Oh shit. Alright, there we go. Nice little ASMR. But yeah, these are the Gummy Bears. They look really good. You wanna try them? Oh, I love Gummy Bears. Alright, but we're gonna be answering some questions while we eat some candy. Are you ready? So I'm gonna just read out some of the questions so y'all know what we're gonna be answering. Right? So we're gonna be covering birth control, what I'm gonna do for my birthday, graduation, vacation after graduation, and then some Q&A questions that I got from y'all. Would y'all move to another city? Did Rosa think you were an F-boy when you first met? If you weren't creating content, what would you be doing with life? And then there's more questions. Let's start off with graduation.
I graduate June 2nd. I'm on track to graduate. I had 26 hours that I had to make up because of my attendance. But now I just have 6 and I'm making them up. I'm making those last 6 up on Thursday. And the good thing is that I'm making them up during school hours. My school already collected grades for seniors on Friday, May 14th. And I passed all of my classes except digital media, which is an elective, and I don't need it to graduate, so I'm good.
But yeah, that's Rosada's little update for school. We're just counting down the days until graduation. I don't know if we mentioned this earlier. So around the time of her graduation is my birthday. She graduates June 2nd. My birthday is May 30th. I'm still trying to decide what I should do for my birthday. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a birthday party or if I wanted to sell all my merch, do a little pop-up, sell my merch in person. I don't know. I feel like I can do anything. I just got to pick one thing and commit to it. Just go all out. I don't know if I want to get an Airbnb. Still trying to decide. I really don't know what I want to do. But I'm turning 21 and the world is ours. So the next topic is a little deep.
Birth control? So y'all know I stopped taking, well, actually we posted a video, the pregnant video. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I said that I was on birth control and I was on the pill that you're supposed to take every day around the same time. And I stopped taking it, first of all, because it made me nauseous. That was the number one reason why I stopped taking it. Second reason was because I wasn't consistent with it. My usual time that I had to take it was at 12 or 12:30 max.
Wait, in the afternoon?
Yeah, in the afternoon, because that's the time when I get out of class to go to lunch. And so it's just I'm already in lunch. I'm gonna just put an alarm every day. But usually when I didn't go to school, that was around the time that I was also missing a lot of school. So I would stay in bed for a long time until 3. And so I couldn't take my pill at the time that I said I was gonna take it, which was at 12:30. And so I was inconsistent, made me nauseous, and it was just not I was vomiting. I actually got sick from it. The week after I got on that pill, I got really sick. I started vomiting my guts out. Literally I hadn't eaten nothing. This is TMI, but the vomit was greenish, yellowish, and so it just made me super sick and it just wasn't working. And then the main reason why I got on birth control obviously was because of Julian. We're in a relationship now, but also because my acne, I don't know if y'all remember, but my acne was super bad, and the doctor had told me we're gonna give you birth control especially for your acne, which is why I chose the pills, because the other options for birth control were the shot, the patch, the IUD, or the one that goes inside of your arm, which is a little chip, I think. And I chose the pill because I just wanted to stay safe, the other ones had crazy side effects. And so I stopped taking the pills because it just made me sick, like I told y'all. So actually before that, it's been around three months since I stopped taking them. But I was saying that it did not help my acne at all. I was still getting pimples. My acne was not going away. So obviously it did more harm than good. And so 3 months have passed and I had to go to my gynecologist again because it's like a follow-up appointment. And she asked me if I was still taking it. I told her no because they made me nauseous. And so she gave me the other option. She was like, do you still want to get on birth control? I told her yes, because obviously, like I'm saying again, we're in a relationship and like we need to be cautious, you know? And so she asked me if I was sexually active. Obviously I said yes. And she asked me if I wanted to be on birth control. I was like, yeah. And so she gave me the option. She told me if I wanted to get on the shot, the patch, the IUD, or the one that goes inside of your arm. And so the patch, you basically have to, like, say I put it on today, which is Tuesday. I have to keep it on a week, shower. I can't take it off for nothing. And take it off next Tuesday and put a new one in. And to be honest, like, I don't know if like I'm gonna remember, you know, like, so, and just like showering with the pad just sounds so, like, I don't know if it's nasty, but you know, like to y'all, like the ones who use it, to the girls who use it, but like to me it just sounds like you sweat in your body, like you shower, like it's all dirty, you know, like it just sounds dirty to me. And so I was like, nah, I don't want the patch. And then the IUD, I don't want any type of freaking things inside of me. So I was like, no, I'm not getting an IUD. I'm not getting the chip in my arm. So the best option for me was a shot. But the shot has side effects that the pill didn't have. The shot doesn't have like nausea. So like, I was like, good, because that was like the main reason why I stopped taking it. I'm gonna be more hungry. It can make me gain weight. And then it can stop my period. And it can also like, I can also be spotting for some days. It's been a week and 1 day. Exactly, since I got on the shot. And recently I've just noticed like I'm more hungry. And
guys, Rosada eats like every 2 hours, like every 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm more hungry, and I think that's it. That's the only side effect.
What do you think is bad that you're eating a lot?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna gain weight. I told Julian this when I got the shot last Monday. I told him, I was like, babe, I don't think I'm gonna gain weight. Like literally, I went through a phase where I was eating so much and I was not on birth control, and I did not gain weight at all. Like the most I probably gained is 100. I'm 92 pounds, by the way.
Wait, yeah, what's the most you ever weighed?
Probably like 98.
That's the most? You never got to 100 pounds? Never got to 100 pounds.
So I'm pretty skinny. So like I've never passed the 100 pounds.
Dang, so if you go over 100 pounds and it's a little red alarm?
Yeah, if I go over 100, then that means like it's working. But I don't think I'm gonna go to 100 because I've gone through a phase where I've eaten a lot, you know?
Oh, and I just want to say, guys, I'm just curious, like, about her weight. We never talked about weight, so I'm not saying, oh, if you get over 100 pounds, like, you're fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just asking, like, I'm just curious.
But that's the only side effect I've noticed so far is just me eating. I haven't checked my weight. Like, I don't know how much I weigh right now, but I just know I'm 92, 93 pounds. I don't go over 100, so that's definitely something that I'll be looking out for and updating y'all on.
And let us know if, like, because I know there's a lot of girls watching this shit. If y'all are on the shot, anything you notice, something, advice, anything, like, let us know in the comments.
It's called the depot. I think that's what it's called. Like when she told me, she was like, okay, your next depot is gonna, I was like, what the fuck is a depot? But basically you get it every 3 months. So I have to go back in like July something. I think I have my appointment. But yeah, now I'm on the birth control and I have not gotten my period either.
Yeah, it's been
since April 4th. Oh, that's also why I got on birth control, or another reason why the doctor had to put me on birth control, because I'm irregular, because I'm really skinny. And sometimes I miss months because I'm skinny, like.
That's a little scary, guys.
Yeah, so sometimes we go through a little pregnancy scare.
Yep.
But
lots of pregnancy tests.
But we're cautious.
Yep.
But that's the whole thing on the birth control. A lot of y'all have been asking me on TikTok, and I'm sorry I never answered. I just wanted to like make a video on it.
So now that we talked about those things, what are your plans? I got all these wild dreams and ideas of things that I want to do, but I never asked you, like, what do you want to do after you graduate?
So,
I feel like it's more of me, what I want to do, like, you know?
So before I got with Julian, like after graduating, I thought I was just gonna like live my life. Like, you know, just go out more, hang out with friends more, just, you know, normal after high school graduation girl things. But now
a lot of people peak in high school.
But now that I'm in a relationship, like obviously it's not just me, it's both of us. So, and I've always wanted to travel, but like I'm also scared of traveling. I've just traveled. I just got on an airplane once. That was to go to El Salvador. But it has always been like my dream to go to a lot of places. And like I was saying, there's 2 of us now, and I think my biggest goal after graduation is traveling with Julian.
For real?
Yeah. And a lot of y'all are gonna be like, oh, you said you wanted to be a registered nurse, you wanted to go to college. First of all, I had already talked to my mom about like me going to college and like me being a registered nurse, and she knew I wanted to be one. But me and my mom also agreed that it's a lot of school. Like you go to college 4 years, and then you go to medical school for like another 4 years. So that's already 8 years that you're gonna have to do in school, like another 8 years. And that's just too much school. Like we've been in school for what, 14 years? Like come on now. But I just think, I feel like I am gonna go to college or like join like a program where I can get like, I want to be a phlebotomist. And I feel like I am gonna go to college, but I feel like you also have to take a break from school after graduating, because like you've been in school your whole life. Like come on now. So I'm gonna take a gap year, and then that gap year, that's when I want to do the traveling with Julian and just like experience life, because I haven't experienced life like outside of school. You know, like I'm always worrying. Like, babe, I have to sleep early because tomorrow I have to go to school. Like, babe, put an alarm. Go drop me off. Come pick me up. Like, you know, it's just too much. And I feel like I just want to live life after graduating, not focus on school, because you've been focusing on school for your whole life.
That leads into the next question, though. I feel like we're just interviewing figuring us out right now, but I'm just getting questions that y'all asked. So the next question is, if you weren't creating content, what would you be doing with your life?
So that, I was like, when I said that before you, I was just like thinking about living life. I feel like before Julian, I didn't take YouTube or social media as serious as I do now that I'm with Julian. So I feel like if I wasn't with Julian and I wasn't creating content, I would just be working like a job, you know, like that.
Rosada actually worked a job for like a week.
I would just be working. I have been wanting to work ever since I was 15 years old, ever since before I started social media. And I always told my mom, but she never let me, because she always thought that I was gonna want to drop out of school because I would like money more than I like school. So that's why I never worked while I was in school, because she wouldn't let me. But I always wanted to work. Like I always wanted to make money, and I always did make money. Actually, I would always like babysit my nephews and nieces, and I would just make money somehow and take care of other people's kids. Like I was just a babysitter, and I made money on the weekends, on my breaks. I would not have like winter breaks. Like my winter breaks would be me babysitting. But I feel like that's what I would do if I wasn't a content creator, just work.
Well, if I wasn't creating content, shit, I've already been creating content for a long time, so it's a long process. I feel like ever since high school, me and my friends, we always were hustling. Like we're always selling clothes, shoes, just trying out a bunch of stuff like crypto trading bots, crypto in high school. Like I remember trying a bunch of different businesses, and I feel like as a dude on social media, all you see is stuff about business and money, so it's like forced to you, you know what I'm saying? But if I didn't, I feel like I would be working a job, probably something with sales, you know what I'm saying? Or probably starting to try to start a business that helps people, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind working as long as like, one, I'm getting paid good, and I like what I'm doing. So like if I was like cleaning cars, you know, like a car detailing or like some business. But just for perspective, whenever I moved to Houston, I stopped hanging out with my friend Kyle, obviously because he lives in San Antonio. But me and him would talk a lot, and we're always business minded, you know what I'm saying? When we do like, we used to do all our business stuff, like, you know, reselling clothes or garage selling or whatever, like me and him always did that together. We always shared thoughts and ideas. Yo, check out this book, check out this YouTube video. And just for perspective on where he is at now from when he graduated. So now my friend Kyle, he's a real estate agent. Who knows, I might have fallen in his footsteps or something, but he's a real estate agent. He makes over 6 figures a year. He just secured a property that is very expensive, and that's gonna make him a lot of money. He's pretty secure now, so now he's gonna be moving out of his parents' house, and he's gonna be getting a new Tesla. So like, you know, he's pretty freaking set for 21 years old, you know, making 6 figures. So I feel like if I had somebody in that circle, like I feel like we would have talked and just really bounced ideas and hustled and worked until, you know, we're both in a good position. And we're always talked about business since high school. College was never in my, like, you know, I never wanted to do it. Shit, I rather worked a very hard, intensive job to make a lot of money than go to college. And I'm not against college. That's just what I didn't like school. School's not for me.
That's also one thing I wanted to say about me. I never wanted to go to college either. Ever since like I was a freshman, I always told my mom like, no, I don't want to go to college. But I did decide that I guess I was influenced by like the people around me and my teachers that I did want to go to college. But like deep down inside, I always never wanted to go to college.
And it's funny because my friend Kyle, the last day, like the last week of school, we had presentations, and me and him were like always amazed by like not going to college and like, you know, how many people are college dropouts and stuff. And he made a presentation about why college is a scam, and he like talked about like just all the bad things, like about student loans and like how people, whenever they get out of college, like sometimes, you know, the world is a lot different from 4 years when you started college, so the job opportunities might not be there. Like for now, right now we're going through a recession. Right now the economy is really bad. We're literally at war. Like a lot of crazy things, inflation is happening, gas prices. So like a lot of things can happen and your job is not very secure. So in my thought process, I was like, everything's a risk. So you could risk going to college and trying to get a job, or you could risk starting a business and doing what you like, you know what I'm saying? So what risk would you rather take? And that's kind of what we thought about it, but I'm not against college. And if I wasn't doing social media, I'd probably be doing something with sales. I feel like sales and people is like the #1 way to like get up in life. You know, you can be a car salesman, a house, I don't know, some type of business. I always like business. All right, so the next question is, how often do y'all argue?
We try not to argue too often, but it does happen frequently, I would say. It doesn't happen every day. We probably get in like 2 arguments every week.
Yeah.
But we try not to. Like, we try to be on the same page about everything, and that's not. I feel like that's impossible. Like
to not argue?
Yeah. I've told Julian this before. Like, there's always gonna be arguments in a relationship. Like, it's just, you know, y'all are not. Well, I guess me and you are kind of the same, but like we also have
different opinions, and yeah, we do have differences.
Exactly. But just how y'all saw right now, we were gonna say the same thing. That's how we're kind of the same. Like, we think the same sometimes. We say the same things. Like, we share values.
And I think like one of the biggest reasons why we like have an argument is because like
it's just stuff like
we both have like an ego, so like it's very hard for one another to admit like, oh, we're wrong,
or apologize.
Yeah, because we didn't think we did anything wrong, even though to the other person it might have been something wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest reason why we argue is like if we don't like something that the other person did.
Yeah, we just stay silent. Like,
yeah,
we don't tell each other. But that is some. If y'all see that little note right there, we have like rules written, or not rules, just like stuff.
Like
that
little
we need
thoughts
to
remember.
on.
Yeah, that we need to work on. To be honest, like we do good on most of them.
Yeah.
But like,
so I'll read you one of them. One of them says, ask 3 questions when we argue. So we haven't done that actually. Another one is alone/productive time. So we agreed on like, say like we're arguing and you just like need time to cool off. Like, you could just go take a walk or go to the gym. That's what Julian does. Or just do anything to calm yourself down and just like not
blow up on each other.
Yeah. So that's one of the things we have. Like, if
and another thing is like productive time.
Productive time is also like we spend all day together when I don't go to school, and sometimes we just need time apart away from each other. Like, he can be reading a book, I can be like doing my makeup or something. But like, we just need like time alone. Like, we can't be together 24/7, you know, which is why we also agreed that I need to go to school more, and we agreed on that like months ago. But when I'm in school, he has alone time. Like, he could do whatever he wants. Like, you know,
my biggest thing is I love learning, bro. And like, if I need to watch YouTube videos, or if I want to read a book, or like,
it's most likely for him to be distracted if I'm here. So that's why we need like alone/productive time.
Yeah, and I think like whenever she graduates, like we'll be able to make a schedule for each other. Like, we're gonna go to sleep at this time, wake up at this time,
and then from this to this time, like, we're gonna be alone, like not together. And then the rest of the day is ours, you know? Like,
yeah, like if I want to play video games for like an hour, you know, like I don't want to like make a relationship like, oh, he's stuck on the game for 4 hours and she's just here on her phone like the whole time, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if we have a designated spot, like, okay, like you're not gonna overthink, because that's the time like that we decided that we're gonna do our own thing and still be ourselves, you know?
Yeah, but we do communicate about these things. Like, I think we have communicated about everything in our relationship. And we have long talks, like sometimes 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours, like just talking on the bed, and we go to sleep late, just like understanding each other and communicating and just letting each other know like what we think is.
You know, there's a lot of couples watching this. Like, I think that's the next topic we should hit. Is like, we'll end it off on couple advice. So like, out of me and you talking, everybody, you know, talking, what are like some things that you think like people in a relationship might need to know, or just any advice?
Well, there's a lot of stuff you need to know if you're in a relationship.
And one thing, wait, can I say one thing before we go?
Yeah.
So the number one preface that I want to start like telling people, and I wish people would realize, is that rules in a relationship are only put by other people and what other people deem is right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like in other countries, families like choose who they're gonna marry, who they're gonna kiss, who they're gonna like do that with, and that's acceptable to them. You know what I'm saying? But for the United States, that's not normal. So like, that's why I don't like when people are like, oh, you should do this. This is how a relationship works. He needs to do this. She needs to do that.
Yeah, you can't live together if he hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, like, bro, who came up with that rule? You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason why people do that is because they care about what other people think about them and how they're gonna perceive that. Life is very good
when you're not a girlfriend.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we're just talking right now. Talking, you know, like.
Yeah, we're just talking. She's not even my girlfriend yet.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
so
not
like,
boyfriend or girlfriend. We're not committed, like, but we live together.
Yeah, we live together.
And life is very good. So imagine when I am a girlfriend.
Exactly. Imagine when she is a girlfriend, like how much things are gonna change and like how much life is gonna be better, you know?
Yep.
But that's really something that I want to get across is like only you and your significant other can agree what's acceptable and not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? What is she like? What are her morals? What is like, you know, everybody's different, you know? She might not like that I freaking
fart all the time.
Exactly. Like, then she will break up with me because she doesn't like that I fart all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you and the other person need to decide, not what everybody else thinks. And I think that's the number one thing that I've learned. Like, yeah, is what you like. Because, like, if our relationship was based off of all the comments on YouTube and TikTok, we would not be together right now. Like, bro, I promise, like.
And I hope y'all know, like, hateful comments on my TikTok, like, it does not bother us. And we actually do talk about it, like, me and Julian, like, over, like, the comments, like, oh, he hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend. Like, we have discussed our relationship, trust me.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't bother us. So.
And, like, a lot of people are like, a title is everything, and, like, he hasn't asked you yet.
There's people with a title who've been together for 5 years and don't even live together, like.
Exactly. Like, I feel like it just really depends where you guys are at in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was this one quote that I read from this girl, but it was basically like, it says, considering the average couple spends 2 hours a day together, if we're measuring off time spent together, we have already been married 30 years. So like, how much time people spend together actually in a relationship? Me and Rosalda live together, so our relationship is a lot more mature than a lot of couples. You know what I'm saying? A lot of normal people at this age, we spend all freaking time together, and that's something that I try to communicate to Rosalda. Like, bro, like 7
And also our families give us advice too, like, you know, his mom with experience, my mom with experience, my sisters, like, we get advice from people, you know, like.
And I just want to go back to like our relationship is very matured. You know, there's people that have been together for like a year, but their families are not really close. You know what I'm saying? They haven't stayed at the other person's house, haven't met their whole family. Like, or I've met a lot of Rosalda's family and done.
He's met all of my family actually.
The only person that I haven't met is
my dad, and I don't want him to meet my dad.
Yeah.
So that's acceptable.
And like, I've met all her sisters, like
even the sister we don't usually talk to.
Yeah. And Rosalda has basically met.
He's met even the people from my church who I grew up with, like.
Yeah, so like, if we're going based off of that, like maturity, like shit, if we're going off of that, shit, we've been dating for like years, you know what I'm saying? We've been dating for years, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know,
everyone's different.
Everyone is different, everybody's relationship is different. But back to advice, anything you want to say? Or
I feel like there's a lot of advice for couples. Like, first of all,
or maybe we should give a few and then we'll make a whole mukbang about advice.
First of all, there's communication, understanding, patience. I feel like those three are the
like setting boundaries too, like what you like and what you don't like, and like
that's communication. That like falls into communication. So I feel like those are the three big things.
Oh, and trust.
And trust, yeah. Okay, 4. There's more things probably that we can't think
But
of.
I feel like those are umbrellas.
Yeah, I just think y'all just have to be patient with each other. Like, it's hard to like explain in such little words, you know?
Mm-hmm. Guys, that's something we argued about one time.
Literally, we argued about rings.
Yeah, I had forgotten my. If y'all don't know, I have ADHD. I don't think I've ever talked about that. And I was taking medicine for it, but I stopped. Before I took a shower, I took off my rings and I put them off to the side. And you know, when I'm taking a shower, feeling all good, I get out, I forget to put on my rings. And Rosada had got out of school. We went out to go eat, and then she was like, "Where are your rings at?" And I just got like hella defensive. I thought she was like pressuring me. Like,
so I have I don't want to say it's a bad habit, but like I joke around a lot. Like me and Julian, or at least me, I always joke around with Julian. In like serious situations, I could be like just pushing him, but like just, you know, as a joke.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a bad habit just because I do it in serious situations and I shouldn't be doing it. But that time I told him, I was like, "Where's your ring?" Like, you know, I was just being sarcastic.
Yeah, and I was just like, bro, like, I didn't forgot to put on my rings. Like, why are you getting mad at me?
No, but I was not getting mad at him. I was like...
But that's what I felt. Like,
no,
that's why I got mad.
Listen, it went like this, guys. I was like, "Where's your ring?" And he was like, "I don't have it on. I left it in the shower." I was like, "Oh, so you forgot? Like, left it in the shower, this and that." But I was just being sarcastic. So I took off my ring, and we have matching rings, which is why it was like important to me. I took it off and I was like, "Fine, I'm not gonna wear mine." And I slammed it on the table. But obviously I was joking, like, and I remember I even laughed after it. And then I was like, "I'm just kidding." And then I put it back on. And then he got mad and he started saying, oh, he had barely changed his wallpaper that day for the first time ever since we started talking. And so he was like, he showed me, he was like, "I'm gonna change it because of the way you're acting." And then I was like, "What the f-?" And then I started crying. And that day was a terrible day because after that we just argued. But the important thing is that at the end of the day, before we went to sleep, we talked about it and we didn't let it go on for days. And we just let each other know, like, "Hey, like, I just forgot my rings, like it wasn't
or I didn't like
intentional."
how you did this thing,
Yeah.
or don't do these things, or don't joke around like this. And just knowing what triggers each other and what we are okay with and we're not.
Yep.
But I think we could do a whole mukbang about this. But if you guys want us to cover any specific topics, I think we're gonna be doing mukbangs the rest of the month, plus other videos, you know what I'm saying? But comment some topics below that you want us to talk about, because I love talking and I want to talk
Yeah,
about
as I can see,
interesting
we
topics.
love talking.
But that is it for the video. Shout out to Gringo's Candy. It's in the description.
Thanks, JR.
Shout out to JR, man. It's really good candy. I'm not even saying that because we're cool, but I actually like his candy and I appreciate it. Adios.
Bye, guys.